I think they've been unfair on the reporting of the police involvement. I think the police have done an excellent job and have shown great restraint. And we've seen how Catalonia and London riots and France, their treatment is much greater than that of Hong Kong. That just shows the bias of the press. Give you an example. I've tried to publish stories in both the Washington Post and the New York Times. They're all rejected. But people like Joshua Wong and Martin Lee will have interviews and stories, op-ed pieces appearing in these papers. In other words, the American press is biased against Hong Kong and China and are giving support to these young rioters. About every Western newspaper in the United States, in London, will run anti-police stories about police brutality. Now, a lot of this is being promoted by a group in London called Hong Kong Watch, and they have offices in Hong Kong, and they also have very good connections in the Houses of Parliament in the UK. They are spreading a lot of these sort of anti-police brutality stories in the British press and European press. Apple Daily has always been an extremely notorious newspaper. Jimmy Lai has poured millions of dollars into supporting the demonstrations and rioters. He's also made many visits to the United States to get support. He's spoken to all of these people with the rumors that Hong Kong needs democracy and that China is taking over all the freedoms of Hong Kong. Because he's a multi-million-dollar media mogul in Hong Kong, they believe him. You don't appear to have real reporters anymore. You know, yesterday, during the demonstration outside the mosque in Tsim Sha Tsui, there was a so-called reporter with his microphone in front of a policeman. What is your ID number? Who are you? And things. Reporters don't act like that. And it doesn't matter about the ID of a policeman. The reporters are there to cover an event, not to stir up trouble, and that's what they're doing. So at the moment there is no control of the media per se. Newspapers, radio stations, magazines are registered, except social media. This gives us what they call citizen journalists, who have actually no training whatsoever in journalistic matters. They have no clue about the rule of law. Libel, slander, they know nothing about this. So they come out with stories and they label people. They could be jailed for doing this.